What up, everybody? Once again, this is Pax Judaica back with an explanation concerning the origin of the shapes of the letters in Ya-Ha-WaD-Ya-THa and also their sounds. Okay, so we're going to start with Ah, of course, the first letter of our alphabet. We have Ah here. Ah comes from the reference is cattle and the whole nine and everything like that. As you can see from the picture here, I've left you extra notes that you can read that help to break down some of these actual words and whatnot, like all paya up top. All paya means cattle and everything like that, and down below is the actual breakdown on the roots of the word and how it's constructed. Okay, so moving on from there. So ah, as in all paya, that's where ah comes from, and whatnot. So it means a thing that has something reaching out, okay, horns, that is curved, okay? So that's referring to the bull's horns. Okay, then we have ba. Ba, it comes from the word bayath, which means house, as you can see there. So the letter ba is constructed from a pictogram of a house. And bayath means a thing that has space inside of it. Okay, and then we have ga, okay? The letter ga comes from our word for camel, which is gamel. And as you can see, it's referring to the hump that's on the camel and the whole nine and everything like that. And so these are three definitions of what a camel is and the whole nine, but I'll just go with the one that's at the bottom. You can read all the rest of them yourself. It's a thing that has something large that is separating from itself, that's sticking out, in other words. So that's where ga came from. Ga came from the word gamel for camel. Da, where did da come from? Da came from the word daltha. Daltha means a door or an entryway in the whole nine, like the entryway to a tent. This tent here that I've drawn and highlighted in pink, the daltha lawa. To it. I'm sorry, I started to speak Ya-Ha-WaD-Ya-THa. Let me get this working again. All right, yeah, so it can mean a door or an entryway. All right, and then we have ha. Where does ha come from? Ha comes from our word for sheep, which is ha-sha-ha, okay? And as you can see, you turn it on its side and everything, and it's a pictogram for a sheep. All right, now we have wa. Where does wa come from? Okay, wa, which is pronounced wa at all times, it's never pronounced oo. Okay, it comes from him, he or him. Okay, and as you can see, it's within the phrase athwa, which means to him. Okay. Now, anywho, and let me go ahead and film this so you can read it on your own time, the extra information that I left for you there. All right, and now we move on to the letter za. Okay, so za comes from zabal wana. Okay, zabal wana, to make it simple, it means a pillar. The exact breakdown is right here before you. You can read it on your own diamond time, of course. Let me get the shadow out of the way in the whole nine. But yeah, zabal wana means a pillar. It's where the word translated, or the name translated in English, Zebulon, comes from. Okay, so it means a pillar or support. Now we move on to Aka, eighth letter of the alphabet. Where does it come from? Its reference is LASHAWAN, which means a window or like a window frame and whatnot. And as you can see, the pictogram here going from Aka back to a window and whatnot, and da-da-da. And there is the breakdown on that word and whatnot there before you, with each of the roots, each of the letters giving their meanings with it. And you can read that on your own diamond time. YouTube is only giving me 15 minutes to do my videos, so I can't really break these down like I'd like to. But the information is there for you. So anyway, we move on to the ninth letter of the alphabet, which is ta. Okay. Now, where did ta come from? Ta came from the reference of tie. What is a tie? It's an ink writing utensil. And back in the day, that was like a feather, the tip of a feather, because it literally means something extremely small that is dipped. Dipped in what? Dipped in ink. Okay, and so we're moving on from there in the whole nine to ya, the 10th letter of the alphabet. Now, where did ya come from? It comes from the word ya-ar. What is a ya-ar? Oh, my camera's tripping again. Ya-ar means a stream of water, a thing that appears to be moving in a line. Okay, and ka. Okay, so we're on ka now. Where did ka come from? Its reference is the phrase or the word ka'aka, which means to do the act of striking. Okay, and the reference comes from a hammer hitting an anvil, like to pound metal and whatnot. And when metal gets pounded, like when somebody's making a sword or something like that, you see sparks fly off. And that's what the reference is for. Here on the diagram, I show you in the whole nine how it goes from being a hammer hitting piece of metal, sparks flying off of it, to the pictogram version of that down below until you get to ka. Okay, and then we have lawaha. Oh, I'm sorry, we have la. And where did la come from? Well, I just said it. Lawaha. Lawaha means a rope, an attachment, and it can also mean debt, because it literally means a thing, okay, attached to or belonging to another thing. So that's where la came from. And let me see, what's my next one? Ma. There we go. Okay, so ma, where did ma come from? Ma came from the word mayam. Mayam means water. And there you go. There's the simple pictograms of water in the whole nine until you get to the letter ma. Now, na, where did na come from? Okay, na came from our word for snake. Na akas. That's how you say that, na akas. That's a snake in the whole nine. It's a thing that's caused to make movements that are unpredictable and therefore frightening. Let's see here. We have sawap. Okay, what's a sawap? A sawap is a reed, a plant in the whole nine and everything. All right, and so that's where sa came from and whatnot. Okay, and as you can see the pictogram there, sa is literally a picture of a reed. Okay, now we move on to E. This letter is E. It is not pronounced I. Oh, hang on a second, my camera's tripping again. But yeah, it is not pronounced I. It is always pronounced E at all times. It is the letter E, and it comes from the word eon. What is an eon? An eye, an eyeball. That's what it is. It looks like an eye, see? Boom, 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 boom. And that's where it comes from. That's where the sound comes from and where the symbol comes from. Okay, sa, E. Now we're moving on to pa. Okay, pa. Let's see here. Pa. Where does it come from? Its reference is paya. Paya means a mouth. Okay, it could be the mouth of a person, an animal. It could even be the mouth of a cave and whatnot. A thing that is at or on the surface or the edge of the face. Okay, sa, e, pa. Now we're going to move on to taza. Okay, what does taza come from? It comes from the word tazawar. Okay, tazawar means jagged rock. I forgot to write that there. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it's a thing that was built up consecutively or in stages and whatnot. Like rock is built up consecutively in stages and whatnot. And so anyway, I drew a mountain here and then drew a side of the mountain that is jagged and whatnot to emphasize like a tazawar, which would be a jagged part of a mountain. Anywho, moving right along, we have Ra. Where did Ra come from? Ra came from the head of a person, the head of a thing and whatnot. So it literally means something that is seen that stands out. Okay, head. And here's the pictogram and all that, showing the reference for it, how it was then converted into the letter Ra, and why we use it for Ra, because it's for the word head, which is, by the way, Ra-ash in the LASHAWAN QWADAWSH. Okay, now we get to QWADAWSH. What is QWADAWSH? QWADAWSH is a water bird, a cormorant, I think is what they call it in English and whatnot, and they make the sound qua, 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 qua. And this is the reason why they were used as the symbol for the letter qua, or why the letter qua, or where the letter qua came from. It came from a duck, or not a duck, I'm sorry, a water bird, cormorant, and the whole nine that makes that qua, qua, qua sound, and the whole nine and everything like that. So there's the reference right there. All right, anyway, qua, ra, or let me see here, sha, tha. Did we do these in order? We did them in order, right? Mm-hmm. No, we were supposed to do qua first.
Oh, dear.
Oh, we did it out of order. My wife is playing Vanna White for me in the whole nine. We accidentally did them out of order. So I apologize to you in the video and whatnot. But yeah, it's supposed to be qua ra.
Yeah, no.
And then sha. It's fine, wife. It's fine. All right. Anywho, moving right along, we get to sha. What does sha come from? Sha comes from the word shan or sha-na-yath. Okay? Sha-na-ya is one tooth. Sha-na-yath means teeth, more than one teeth, or tooth, I'm sorry. So it's a group of things that are something that is caused to be sharp, okay? So there's the reference right there, and I gave you a picture of how it represents like incisors, sharp teeth. Okay, and now we get to tha, okay? And like we made the reference for the male, wa being like the male chromosome, the letter tha means she, okay? And it is like the female chromosome and whatnot. I think it's pretty amazing that the ancients had that knowledge to, incorporate that into the language and everything. So some examples of how tha is used real quick, I will give this to you in the whole nine, is like the phrase tha amar, which would mean, or wata amar. Then then the person that she is the one that said. That's what wata amar would mean. And then I have two other examples down below. Wata har, okay? So this right here is a phrase I took from the book, which people call Genesis, saying, anyway, wata har is what you see below her in this pictogram in the whole nine and everything, and then wa-tha-lad. So it's basically saying then the person that she is the one that was pregnant. Then the person that she is the one that gave birth, the word lad. Okay. As a little extra note, I put a little extra note here and everything like that. Tha is used in the nominative case in the Honan. Case means whether or not a thing is being done by you or to you in the Honan. And tha is she. So that's a female who is taking some sort of action. But the other version, which meaning when something is being done to a female, would be atha. The ath means to, okay, or it's used to essentially mean to in this particular case. And then the ha on the end would be the other version of she, the accusative version, okay, which would be her. So atha means like to her. That's one of its meanings, and whatnot, and da-da-da. I know that there are other, for all you sleuths out there and brainy folk and everything like that, I know that there are other meanings to tha and other meanings to some of these words that I've given you. I'll go over those in future videos and whatnot, but just to keep it basic, just know that tha means she. And that's it. We're at the end of this. Thank you for everybody who watched it from beginning to the end. And we say to you all, Shalom.